All right, guys, welcome to the Man United Agenda. And I just want to, there's three of us. We're just going to sing this quick song. We're in the final now. Oh, we're in the final now. What a result. We've done it, man. We've done it. Just want to say high five to Dora, high five to Stuart Marshall. Dora, welcome. Great to have you on board, always with the reaction shows. Instant reaction to that. Obviously, a lot to talk about, but you must be buzzing.
Oh yeah, I think it will settle more tomorrow probably. But yeah, I'm really happy we have a chance to save our season and get a European trophy, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's amazing, right? And yeah, I think we will talk about it further, but for the first 60 minutes, I was a bit, but I think after the subs, like we took over the game, and Amad Diallo, Mason Mount, like those were the sparks that we needed, and it was game over. So yeah, I'm extremely happy. This is, I mean, as everyone else in the fan base, this is the happiest I've been about United this season. So yeah.
That's definitely. And Stuart, I mean, what an adventure it's been for you. You go to games and obviously remember Lyon game, what an adventure that was. And the first leg, and now we're in the final, going through at Old Trafford there. I mean, look, I can see you buzzing. Yeah, tell me all about it.
I'm gutted I didn't go now, to be honest, but but I had to work. I can't take another 2 days off not until the final now anyway. So, but yeah, Mason Mount changed the game, didn't he? Chuffed. I'm absolutely chuffed for Mason Mount. Love him to bits. Love him.
We are fickle as fans. We love him all of a sudden. But two great goals. And no doubt, look, we have to support every player at Man United Football Club. And can they step up? He's worth that money for a reason. And it was a nice interview from him at the end as well, where he's actually said, yeah, this is the best moment at the club. And let's get into that. But first of all, I want to say hi to Stephanie. How you doing, Steph? She's at the pub at the moment, so she's a bit delayed. I bet it's madness right now where you are. Dave Allen, how you doing, Dave? Dave, I need to speak to you. I want to ask you a few questions about some printing and issues like that. But I'll be in touch via Stuart very soon. Who the Man United? He's saying there. Stephanie, what's the odds that Stephanie had a little tipple tonight? No, I don't blame her. I wouldn't blame her for that. Dave Allen saying, we've seen it all. We've won it a lot. We're the famous Man United, and we're never going to stop. What a tune. If you think, if we win the Europa, I'm going to make an official merch for Man United Agenda with Man United on. What do you think? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's Dave Allen. Patrick Pillow in the house, getting this in early. Subs changed the game, and I thought Euro was man of the match. Yeah, you got it in early, and I kind of agree with you. Kieran's in the house as well, saying the game changed in 20 minutes. Mason Mount, best game in the United shirt. Please start him in the final. Oh, God. I want to say big up to Mr. B. He's actually buzzing right now. Guys, is that Mr. B AI or is that Mr. B legit?
That's Mr. B. YABBA. Come on. Yes.
I don't know these days what's AI, what's not. But yeah, big up to Mr. B. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. B because it was about in the rough old days of November and December when we were really struggling and talking about the window and getting rid of players and everything else. He said everything is about the Europa League this season, and he turned out to be right. So, Mr. B, one more game to go. Mount was absolute master on the pitch, says Dave Allen. We got Iron Titanium saying, get in! And Kieran saying, I'm going to Bilbao even if I can't get a ticket. Wow. And the sub Vince, how you doing, man? He says, well done, boys. Yeah, it's a bit AI. It looks a bit that way, doesn't it? All right, come on, let's get on with the game. Wow, what a finish, but it didn't start too well, did it? I mean, Dora, just looking at the starting lineup, it was a strong starting lineup. Obviously, we don't care about the Premier League, so we're playing our strongest side. What went wrong? Just summarize why with Bilbao having so many players out. What we're going to talk about this now. What was the issues that we encountered? Did they change anything? Were we lackluster, knowing we had that 3-goal advantage? What went wrong for the first half of the game?
I think the problem was that I think we got into the game very safe. I think we were very reserved. It felt like, and I explained it to my group chat where we discussed United. I was a bit, strong in my analogy, but it felt like they shit their pants and that shit was still in their pants and they couldn't run. And it felt like they were constipated or something, like they were having problems, trying to express themselves and play their game. It was too safe to reserve for me. It didn't help that at one point, like we had points where, for example, Casemiro and Ugarte, they were really good at getting the ball out of our third. But then again, Ugarte, in my opinion, had a very poor game when it comes to passing. I think Casemiro was probably my man of the match. If I need to, pinpoint someone, him or Mason Mount, we'll talk about it further. But he was great in that midfield, especially with his passing. And I think other issues, but even besides that, Yabba, I think if we had, and I know we won, and I'm glad that he scored, but I think in the first 45 minutes or in that first half, we could have been 4-0 up if we had a proper attacker. Garnacho failing to control that amazing ball by Bruno Fernandes, poor first touch. He could have got, in front of the goal by himself. He couldn't control it. Other missed clear chance. He missed it. We all saw it. Rasmus had one chance where the ball just bounced off him and he lost the ball. And on the other side, he got it on the right side of the pitch. He could have maybe shoot. Maybe a better striker is, trying to, find himself in a better situation there, but he failed. He lost the ball again. And it felt like we were wasting chances. We had more chances, even if that first half was kind of bleak, kind of reserved. I felt like we had more chances than Bilbao. I felt Bilbao weren't that good. They were so sterile, especially in the attack. And then, of course, that bomb comes out of nowhere, in my opinion, from mistake, from Harry Maguire, who I felt like he was, he had a good game, but, misplaced pass and, it was a wonder goal, guys. Like I don't think that someone like Onana or someone else could have done better, but Maguire should look up and should look for the player, not just blindly pass it to the empty space of the pitch. But yeah, it was a bleak. It was very reserved, in my opinion, that first half.
Okay, what do you agree with what Dora's saying there? Because it's worrying, a bit worrying when it looks like our midfield was vacant. Obviously, with the goal that they described there, Stuart, Ugarte was tracking back; he was miles off the pace. I don't know how they got into. Well, we gave the ball away. There was a long ball, wasn't it, initially? But they did have a lot of the play, and I was a bit surprised by that, considering they had so many injuries. So, what's your analysis of the first half of why we played so poorly? Because we need to work on this. We need to be critical. Have some criticism about why we cannot control a game or play out or have any we kept giving the ball away.
They were just so nervous. It wasn't just the first half. The first hour. I mean, I think that's obviously why Ruben made the 3 subs. But we were so nervous. We were getting battered, Yabba, battered. I mean, I had to go in the garden with a dog for about 5 minutes. In the second, I just couldn't watch it. I felt that if Bilbao got a second goal, I thought, oh, here we go again. But yeah, we were just, the nerves were shot to bits, and I think that's why the fans raised the voices early in the second half. But Ruben got it spot on tonight with the subs, absolutely spot on.
Okay, so Kieran's saying here, just watching Amarin, he's doing an interview right now and saying, how can anyone not love him? I really hope we support him in the summer. He speaks so well. I mean, he's been fortunate, hasn't he? Yeah. All the terrible number of losses we've had this season. He's actually in the final. And it's good. I'm just thinking, with the poor performance in the first half, it seemed to me that the crowd didn't get on their back. Even at halftime, we walked off the pitch and we were 1-0 down. No, I didn't hear any boos. Is that the vibe you got, even though, because you're a regular going to the games, aren't you? Do you think that would be in the vibe, not to get on their backs?
You can't get on their backs. It's different. If we would have gone 2-0 down in the first half, then it doesn't help the players, does it? When you're booing the players off, it doesn't help, and the players sense it. So no, there's fair play to the fans tonight. They got behind a team, sung their hearts out. And we done
question for the panel here. Did he set up with the wrong lineup? I mean, I'd say no. I don't see it.
No.
No.
I think just the players are not. Some of them are kind of not in form, or they're just not good enough. I felt like Patrick Dorgu has been shocking today, even though he stayed on the pitch for 90 minutes.
I'm not a fan of his Dora. I'm really not a fan of Dorgu, to be honest.
Exactly. Like I don't know what. Like I know we need to see more of him, probably next season, but I don't know what scouting department and the guys that bought him, or Ineos in this case, saw in him besides athletic ability. His technique is poor, and his decision making.
Let's talk about
a bit brain.
Let's talk about Dorgu, because Patrick Pillow saying here, thought Dorgu struggled going forward. That final ball needs a lot of work in the summer. Can we just weigh up the pros and cons? Dora, you're going to bring me the positives, and I want Stuart to bring me the negatives about Dora's game. Start with you, Stuart. What are the negatives for you with Dora's game? Not Dora, Dorgu's game.
My game is amazing.
I think Dora would probably do a better job, to be honest.
I swear.
No, look, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't say it, but
what do you see wrong with his game at the moment?
I don't know about what I see wrong. I mean, you got to remember he's still young as well. It's his first season in the Premiership. The concerning thing for me is that it's Amarin's first signing. But he's young. He's got strength. He's got a pace. The ability's there, and I'm sure it will come. But I'm not seeing much with him at the moment. Yeah, but I'm really not.
Okay. So you're saying he's young, but he can improve. Then you see, but you're saying Dorgu's terrible signing.
Decision making.
Better than decision making. Yeah, we've got about him, haven't we? I hope we can. Ahmad, we're talking about Ahmad there. Dorgu's final ball. Do you agree with that? That's a negative. That from your friend Dave.
Tonight. I mean, there has been a few games where he's been putting some decent balls in, but obviously, as we know, we haven't got a striker. So putting balls in a box when you haven't got a striker is concerning, isn't it? But I think Dorgu would be all right. He needs a bit of time. Of time.
That was supposed to be negative, but you really struggled to be there. I'm going to go, Dora, no negativity. Give me some positives about Dorgu, because I've heard what you had to say about his passing or his final. Yeah. Give me some positive about him, because clearly he got. For me, I'm just going to throw it out there. He had an opportunity when he could have scored a couple of times of getting into the box. He was raiding forward. He played a lovely through ball for Garnacho to get 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, which he messed up. So what are the positives with his game? With no negativity in this at all. See if you can do that.
I think that he is a physical specimen. Now, I sound like a creep with saying that, but I feel like he's physically very sound, which I appreciate. I think he's very athletic, which is good for the Premier League. We've been calling for strong players and physically sound players to come into the club. I think that he has, as Stuart said, I think he has potential, especially when it comes to defending. And of course, attacking in terms, I think he needs more work on attacking, that for sure, and with decision making. But I feel like he is physically good. And I think potentially he can be a very good, very good Premier League player.
Okay, so let's big up, first of all the way from Canada. It's POTUS saying, big up, guys. Great win. I'm not a fan of Dorgu whatsoever. It was very telling when he played his first match. He just passed backwards and made 0 runs. We've got Michael saying here, Dorgu, terrible signing, still better than Malacia, though. Yeah. Patrick, as we said again, I should repeat this, he struggled tonight going forward. That final ball needs a lot of work in the summer. I thought, like I said, I gave examples where he set Garnacho up. He had a good chance where he could have scored. Could have balled up Bruno as well. So I don't know, is that the case, or are we getting on his back a bit? Talk about technicality, because maybe there's an issue with technicality. These two guys, hope they bring him in the summer. That's from Mitesh as well. I want to say hi to Ian on Monday. I'm sure that's someone taking a mickey. I wonder who that could be. But anyway, greetings, man. And yes, Omondi. That's a famous name, isn't it, on this show? Mr. here, he attempts a lot of passes and runs the overlap. That's a positive. I think we should get off his back. I thought he played pretty well, and I understand the flaws in his game. But yeah, with the two things I pointed out there, he was getting forward a lot, and I know he's frustrating. But he's not the only one, is he? All right, let's talk about the goal that we conceded. Dora mentioned it earlier, Stuart, about the long ball wasn't dealt with, and then Harry Maguire, he sort of played a blind pass. What should he have done instead?
Terrible. Just fucking get rid of it. Hoof it upfield. But going back to the watch along, I mean, Mr. B was saying that Onana should have saved it, which possibly. It was a good strike, but from that distance, it wasn't if it was right in the corner, was it? It was arm's length. So I think Mr. B was right what he's saying. He should have saved it. It was a great strike. If that was a United player, we would be like, oh, what a goal! But very good goal. But Onana should have been doing better with that.
Okay. Do you want to add to anything? Onana, Harry Maguire, first, second ball, not dealing with it. I mean, because we had a big lump up front, didn't they? So I can understand why they sort of struggled to win.
Look, we can just quickly. We can forgive Harry for that mistake. I'm not gonna slag that guy off no more. He's allowed that one tonight.
Could it be prevented? Because for all the technicality they had as a side, Bilbao, it ended up being a long ball, which got them their goal. So Dora, let's just break this down with the goal. Let's point fingers and who could have done better in that situation?
I mean, that guy, like, it's a wonder goal. Like, I'm not going to jump on Onana that hard. Like, it's like I've seen from these 4 Champions League games that I've seen, you know, from these 2 legs, I would say, from both games, like insane goals. I've seen when it fits, like when you hit it and it goes to the, like, it's just, you know, you cannot defend it. Onana has many flaws. I feel like his biggest flaw is actually goalkeeping, which is insane. But I think I'll be too hard. I would be too harsh to say that he could have done better. Like, to me, that was a great strike by a Bilbao player. I think if I need to point fingers, I would say Harry Maguire. Like, I think it's a bit naive for a player of his experience to blind pass it like that. Like, just look up. You have time. It's not like you were pressured that much. Either hoof it, as Stuart said, or just look up and look for the players with, you know, half long ball or something. So yeah, he made a mistake there. He was too fast and, you know, on that pass, and he should have, you know, controlled it better.
Okay, let's get to the second half and more exciting stuff for us, because it was a bit worrying and we couldn't get into the game. Do we all agree the substitutions made a difference?
Oh yeah. Oh.
So what did it bring? Because I think it was a very smart sub, because we talk about yellow cards. I was always worrying about getting a red card today. That would have given momentum to Bilbao to get back into the game. But he took Maz off. Maz has been inconsistent, but
he had to go off, didn't he?
That was the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
And the other subs, so Luke Shaw's come on, and he started playing left wing back, and then that's Dorgu went to the right wing back role, and he also brought on Mount for Garnacho. I was a bit surprised by that.
And Diallo
might come on, and then at that point, Casemiro also got a yellow card, so it was a bit concerning, worrying, because I know he likes to fly in for tackles as well. And who was the final sub?
Oh, it was class again.
So the subs were Mount, Luke Shaw, and Ahmad. So those 3 came on. Wow, difference makers, huh?
Ahmad's got to start in the final, surely. I'd start Ahmad over Garnacho.
Talk to us, Ahmad, because unbelievable. For the game to be stale like that, he's come on the pitch, first touch, driving, excitement, taking people on. What a player. It's great to have him back. Ahmad Diallo, guys, come on.
Look, like, I will say this, right? I am still of the opinion that I don't think he's world class or anything, but I think what he brings to the team is very valuable, and that is confidence, that is a spark, that is a determination and willingness to attack nonstop and kill for his teammates and for the team. And I wish him all the best. I hope that he stays at United if he continues, of course, like this. I see talent in him. He has the technique. He has the pace, and, you know, he has that United heart, I would say. In my opinion, like, Garnacho missed 2 sitters. If he scored those 2 goals, he would be a hero tonight. But apart from those 2 missed chances, I don't believe that he brought that spark to the team. It kind of faded away. Ahmad came in immediately. He bit like a dog. Like, he was all over the pitch. He wanted the ball at his feet. He was overlapping, constantly combined. Like Torgo looked better with him on that right side than he was ever with Alejandro Garnacho on or either left or right. It doesn't matter. He looked amazing. Like he brings that energy to his teammates as well.
Yeah.
When they see him attack, they want to attack as well.
Yeah.
Mount came in like I commentated with my friends about maybe he should have brought Kobe earlier because it felt like we couldn't get the ball, keep the ball at our feet. Right, we were all constantly losing it. It was blah. And Kobe is great at keeping the ball at his feet and saving it and blah blah. But I felt like we lacked the proper movement. Right, we lacked a quality movement. And Mason Mount is great at movement. Like one of his fortes, and believes that he will fit Amorim's system. He will be one of the best players at Amorim's system if he stays fit. Is his elite movement and the ability is to strike that ball. And I think he showed it today. He offered himself up. He was playing off Bruno. He was playing off Ahmad. He was constantly being a threat, not just on the edge of the box, but in the box as well, where he scored that first goal. And that energy, he runs a lot. That's his game, right? And I'm really happy for him. I want him to succeed. What was the third sub? I said Ahmad. I said Mount. Who was the third one?
Luke Shaw came on and played.
Luke Shaw. We needed.
Before we go to Luke Shaw, let's talk about Ahmad quickly. Stuart, just talk about Ahmad. Do you agree about the impact he had and as a player? Because a lot of people in the comments saying he should start in the final. He's that important to us.
Look, for me, now rest Ahmad. Give him a few minutes in certain games. We cannot get him injured because he is a game changer.
Yeah.
More than any other player we've got. I love Garnacho. I know a lot of people don't like Garnacho. Yeah, he's frustrating. But I'm starting Garnacho. I'm starting Ahmad over Garnacho in the final. And also, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people in the comments saying Mount starts in the final. Is that because he got 2 goals tonight? But just going back last week, Bathtime said to me, he's got a funny feeling that Mount's going to do something in the final this was before the first leg. I'm starting Mason Mount in the final with Casemiro over Agate.
Well, let's talk about Yoro because Yoro's switching from right centre-back to left centre-back. Graceful when he's coming forward. He was responsible, wasn't he, for the first goal, Yoro, because he drove forward. I noticed this with the Paris Saint-Germain, watching them. They've scored so many goals where they shape to shoot, cut back and do all that kind of thing. He's French. He does the same thing. He drives forward into the space, shapes the shot, shoot with his right foot from outside the box, fools the defender and just passes it into Mount, whose first touch is a Cruyff turn to set himself to curl it in the back of the net. What a goal. Mason Mount, retribution. It's been retribution all season, isn't it? Let's talk about that goal. What a great finish.
Great finish. Like you said, the Cruyff turn, just curled it in that bottom corner and he put all our minds at rest. Bilbao, here we come.
I mean, Dora, looking at it, because we've got to mention Euro as well. When these centre-backs, because there's 3 of them, they need to influence the game, don't they? And you need to have a ball-playing player like that who can drive into spaces and be comfortable. But he's ticking those boxes, isn't he? That was his best game in United shirt tonight, Lenny Euro. Class, outstanding tonight, outstanding.
Yeah, he had an amazing game. I think defensively as well, he saved us a few times. Like even not just from clearing the lines, as we say. Like Maguire is the best at it. He just clears his line. But I mean, Euro is very good at defending. I know BT said that that's his weakness a bit, but from what I saw today, he defended wide spaces as well. Whenever wing backs couldn't get to their players, he would always cover them. And I think on ball, like I miss that from United defenders, to just take the ball and just run and try to create space for the others, not just for yourself, but for the team. And he created a goal. Before that, he created another chance. He ran again. He, went for 50. He ran for 40 meters, I would say. He passed it to Højlund. Højlund fell over, of course he did. But Euro, he gave it to the wing. He got it back. He got it to the Bruno in the end. Bruno, shot it at the block, but it showcased that he is a huge talent. he has many strong pros, I would say, advantages as a center, as a young center back. He's only 18, 19, whatever he is. And only the sky is the limit, right? Hopefully we get to see him at the height of his abilities and we win something with him. And after we win everything, he can go whenever, even to, I don't care. But you could see that, he's so much better now than he was at the beginning of the season. And that, to me, when I see that progression, it gives me so much hope.
So there you go. Thomas, is it? Going. Euro with helping out with a goal. Mount with great finish, as Stuart was saying there. Just to go to the comments quickly, Patrick saying here, Euro is fearless over both legs, unplayable, unflappable, which means he can deal with pressure. Dave saying here, if a kid is only 19, he can only get better, no doubt about it. Let's talk about another person who's got retribution, because over Christmas, when we talk about the transfer window, a lot of people were saying, get rid of Casemiro. He wasn't playing many games. Get rid of him during the January transfer window. But he's come up and scored, hasn't he? Another vital goal with a header. Or was it a shoulder? Was it a flick? Like a skills when they do ball juggling. They do that thing when they get in the back of the net, don't they, and flip it up. He didn't header it, back header it. He came off his back, kind of, didn't he? What is it about Casemiro? Because he's not the tallest. Well, how can he always get into position to score goals?
He's been there. He's done it all. Yabba, hasn't he? He's done it. 5 Champions Leagues with Madrid. You've got to play. He's a starter in the final. There's no doubt about it. 100% he's playing in the final.
Is it retribution for this guy? I mean, did any of you guys write him off? Be honest.
A bit. At the beginning of the season, he's been poor. Like, you could see that he was either out of shape and he was outpaced by most midfielders in the Premier League, which was, which was very, not just sad to see, because we thought that is the end of him. And you could see that Ten Hag didn't use him properly, in my opinion. Like, Ten Hag didn't believe in him anymore. He put him on the bench, and then all of a sudden, he talked to Amorim when he came in, and he got straight up. He talked with the manager. He got in shape. He started to understand what Amorim wants from him, and all of a sudden, he is now our best midfielder, which is insane, right? If you compare it to the opinions of the beginning of the season, he is, like, especially in Europe, where the pace of the other teams are not that much. He has more space and he has more time on the ball, and he can do it with his left foot, with his right foot, long balls, short balls, line breaking balls. And again, when it comes to that goal, Yabba, it's just there. Like, he has instincts to always be in a good place at the right time. And I think that's just, like, he's just class. I think class is permanent, form is temporary, as they say. I think he's just a class player.
Okay, so the comments are saying here, the thing with Casemiro is he's more suited to European games. He does best with slower paced games. You're nodding, both of you. Just touching that, Punchy. Yeah, you agree, Stuart? With that?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Okay, Kieran's saying here, forever how long Casemiro has at Man United, we've had some special moments forever. He's a legend. Obviously, he scored in the League Cup final as well. I don't think so. 14 games unbeaten in Europe, because people question whether Spurs are going to beat us. We must keep Casemiro at all costs. Imagine this. In the space of a few months, we've changed our mind. He's easily the best header of a ball in the squad so far, says Patrick. Amorim will make a choice. Yeah, Harry is awesome, isn't he? Amorim will have to make a choice playing Kaz versus Spurs, though, because there's a Premier League side. So let's talk. That was Kaz. He's gone to make us 2-1 up. And then we've scored again with a goal, which is a dream goal. Left foot technique. Talk us through. Dora, you're the one who usually does the goal replays. This is
it was Rasmus. Yabba.
Rasmus.
It was Rasmus step in, third goal.
What a
was that Rasmus? You sure?
Rasmus got the third.
Yeah. Ahmad assist.
Yeah.
He served it on the plate.
I beg your pardon. Yeah, forgive me. All right, so let's talk about Rasmus, because I thought I couldn't believe it, but I thought he still could have missed that. Anyway, let's talk about Rasmus. The move was good. Can I just shout before we do? I just want to shout out something. There was a move around that time where it's one-touch football, bam, 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 and then Amas, who came off the bench. If he would have scored that, I would have just ripped my shirt like Hulk Hogan and just said, "Yeah, bring on final." Amazing. That was a lovely bit of football we played there. But obviously, we come on and talk about that goal when it was basically a tap in for the striker.
That's a great finish, Yabba. What are you talking about? I'm sure I thought he was going to fall over the ball.
I'm sure you scored many like that in.
No, he's actually got 6 goals in Europa League this season. Wow. I was quite shocked by that, to be honest.
But the move was really good, wasn't it? Because
great move.
As Dora was mentioned earlier about, I think Dorgu was involved, and he actually he looked for the overlap because it was Ahmad there. I don't know if someone else maybe would have passed it, but he played. Ahmad made the overlap run, went to shoot, jockeyed the thing, made the guy stagger, and then went to the byline, didn't he? And just squared it across. But that's what we want to see: little simple cutbacks, tap-ins. This is what we want to see, an identity of how we're scoring goals, and that was a perfect example of that, especially with someone like Ahmad and, like you said, Dorgu, with the link up there.
Yeah, I think he just works better with Ahmad. But yeah, it started with Dorgu. It was then Ahmad who he was like a jet, going to that corner line or goal kick line, and that's his specialty, right? He always does it, with these passes, when they're almost out of the play. I think that the Bilbao defender that has a Russian name, Yuri, I think he was done with him at that moment in time, because he already, spun him 3 times up until that point. But yeah, Rasmus was like, initially, I didn't like the run Rasmus made. Initially, I hated the run that he made. And then, thankfully, he was in the right place at the right time, and he scored that tap in his favorite goal, by the way.
Don't you think, don't you think, Dora, with Ahmad on the pitch, Rasmus is a totally different player?
Oh yeah, they're moving differently. Like, I'm not, going to, like Garnacho assisted in the last few games as well. Like, I'm not going taken away from him or anything. It's just Ahmad is more direct. His energy alone is, making everyone better around him. Especially today, since he was out for so long, and now he's coming back, and everyone is alive all of a sudden. So yeah, I think it's just the vibe and the aura. Like, they're not the same, Garna and Ahmad, but Ahmad, to me, like, he's in better form. Like, this moment, like, in the team, he fits much better. He can be a wingback, he can be an attacker. Like, he will fit there, just because he's that good.
Let's talk. So go ahead, Stuart. Yeah.
If I'm Ruben now, I'm wrapping Ahmad in cotton wool. I'm locking him away until the 20th of May, until we travel over to Bilbao. He is not going nowhere near the subs bench. Just wrap him up, get him trained, get him fully fit, because he is going to be the star man in that final. I'm telling you.
Agreed.
Okay, let's talk about, because time is at the essence here, guys. There's 20 watching right now, all Man United supporters, I hope. And I want to ask you a question in the chat. Are we winning the Europa League this season? Just put yes, just put champions or chumps. Put champs or chumps. Chumps obviously means no, we lose, ... which will be a nightmare. Champs or chumps in the comments. And also, guys, man in the match as well, which we're going to come to very soon. But let's talk about Mason Mount. His little cameo he came on. Here's the goal. The goalkeeper came out, played it straight to Mount, who's just inside the half. And with his first touch was good. Like with the goal, first touch was a Cruyff turn, spin it in. First touch, the ball's pinged at him. Got it to his left foot, confident, which is his right foot player. And he pinged it in from there. Wow. I mean, could have getting better for a guy who's been down in his luck with injuries and everything else. And he couldn't stop smiling.
I'm chuffed with him. I've never not liked Mason Mount. I've had a big debate with some of my Spurs fans who say that they're comparing Maddison to Mason Mount. And I said I'd rather Mount all day over Maddison. Yes, he's injury prone, but keep him fit. He's a class act, Yabba. He really is a class act. And going back to what BATHTIME was saying to me last week, I'm expecting that Mount's going to do something in the final. Whether he comes on a sub again, will he start? I don't think Ruben will start him in the final. I think he's going to go with Casemiro and Ugarte again, but Ugarte's been poor lately. But I'd start Mount. It's his sort of game, I think.
Okay, so we asked the question: champs or chumps? What will it be at the end of the season? It's only 2 weeks away. But yeah, Mason Mount, what technique, Dora, to finish that? We're going to be punchy now because we've got to just fill it in. We've got 5 minutes. Talk to me about the technique of Mount and we're going to go on from there. Go to the chat, and then just name the man of the match and what's next for the rest of the week. Let's go.
Great technique, left foot, amazing left foot, and I agree with Stuart. I think, like I already said it, he looks like the first moment he started for Amorim in the preseason, I felt like he would fit Amorim's system immediately. Unfortunately, got injured, but I still believe that he would be that spark from the bench in the final, which I wouldn't mind, in all honesty. But yeah, we need a fit Mason Mount. I think he will only get better, not worse, and he will help the team. But yeah, amazing goal. Great goal.
So it's going to be interesting if I ask you to pick the final 11. Hopefully you can.
Yeah.
You're saying Mason Mount now. I'm going to hold you to that, and you, Stuart. We will see when we got all the players available.
Yeah.
Let's see if we pick Mason Mount in the final. Anyway, Dave saying champions. Yes. Boo to you. Oh no, sorry. Simon saying champs. Sorry, boo to Fard. He's saying champs. We're not going to win it. Of course we'll win it, says Kieran. Champs says POTUS. Watch out Spurs, because Simon Warner said to be coming. Spurs are 5th for goals scored with 63 seasons, so we have to be aware of that. Number 7 did it again, says Dave. Champs, says Mitesh. I like that. We won't bottle it like Arsenal. And yeah, they're saying they would start Mount. And 100% agree with you, says Patrick, regarding Mount. Man of the match was Mount, says Simon. My man of the match is Euro. Dave says man of the match is Euro as well. Quickly, Dora and Stuart. Man of the match.
I will say Casemiro, just to be different from you guys. Like, I felt like Euro was great. I felt like Mount was great when he came in, but I think Casemiro throughout the whole game showcased that he controlled that midfield. Even with Ugarte being poor, in my opinion, especially with his passing, I think Casemiro was really good. Even when he got that yellow card, he still tackled, by the way, which is always a scare with Casemiro, but he controlled those tackles. He was that spark as well. He pressured that midfield of Bilbao, and he scored a goal, of course, and he settled us for the final.
Casemiro, man of the match for Dora. I've said Euro. I don't know. Who are you going with? Man of the match from today's.
I'm going to surprise you. Victor Lindelof. I'm joking.
No way.
You've got to give it to Mason Mount. He changed the game. We was 1-0 down. He come on. He got the 2 goals. Beforehand, I would have gone for Lenny Yoro because he was class tonight. But you've got to give it to Mount because he changed the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. That's enough from us, guys. It's late. It's a Thursday night. And hopefully we don't have to do this next season, Thursday nights, because we'll be in the Champions League. God willing. God willing. We got to play Spurs in the final. Congratulations to them. Congratulations Chelsea as well. They're through to the final. And I'm just hearing that Betis as well with Anthony. He scored in the game against Fiorentina. So they might be in the final against Chelsea. They're 2-2 right now with Fiorentina, I think, the last time I checked. So good luck to Anthony, because obviously he's still a Man United player.
He's scored another goal, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's been
great free kick he got tonight.
Yeah, and guys, say shout out to our sponsor, Dora Minicabs. You're working tonight, aren't you? Dora's Minicabs, our sponsor.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah. I'm working tonight. Yeah.
Okay. You got to run. You've got to go pick up your brother, apparently. So, guys, from me, it's a lack of notch, and thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Make sure you press the like button.
Like a notch.
Like a notch. Up the Reds. Come on.
We're in the final now.
Come on.
Oh, we're in the final now.